Ma'am, we are live.
Right. Bonjour tout le monde. Mais je vais parler en anglais et français tous les deux. I would like to speak both in French and English as on a public anglophone et francophone. We have both English and French speaking audiences with us. And ici, en fait, la francophonie, en fait, c'est le mois de la francophonie. And we have with us Madame Monsieur Émile Bevepsi, conseiller à l'ambassade du Nevada, advisor at the Embassy of Rwanda, and Madame Marie Leda. Elle travaille avec IFI, Institut Français Honnête, et elle est responsable pour le DELF État aussi. And she's with working with the French Institute. Aussi, on a le doyen, we have Rodine, Madame Professor Kathleen of JSLH. And thank you so much for being with us today. And aussi, we also have our professor et directrice de Global Language Center, FRANCOPHONIE. Before opening the session today for Francophonie and on our deux intervenants, we have two guest speakers with us who would be talking about Francophonie dans sa globalité, Francophonie in its globalization form, et l'utilisation de la langue française au Rwanda. So I request our Dean, Professor Kathleen, to please say a few words, followed by Professor Gopanayak, and then we can open the session. Thank you.
Okay. Have we begun the session?
Yes.
Yes, Kathleen.
Oh, okay. Well, how are we doing this? Are we doing it en français ou en anglais?
It's both, as you feel comfortable. Parce qu'on a des anglophones et francophones. We have both the audiences. So probably a mélange of things would be fine.
Oh, okay. Bon, I'll start out in English very briefly and say how delighted I am that this moment of the launch of the Espace France has been put forward. It's something that I think is very important to create a love for language for everyone who is on the campus and who has any kind of association with French. Not just French, but other languages as well, because this is an excellent example. I would like to say that in my own case, I think that if you are born in a language, you possess it from birth, you miss some of the beauty of that language. You miss some of the subtleties, the intricacies, and this is something that I had learned by living in France for 15 years. And I was very thankful that I was able to conduct my research in anthropology, to complete my studies in French as well. And that I'll switch now. Mes deux enfants sont nés en France. Malheureusement, ils ne peuvent pas avoir la nationalité française puisqu'ils ont les deux parents américains. Mais eux aussi ils sont très convertis envers la France et la langue. Je voudrais dire que j'ai fait mes études en France. J'ai étudié à l'Institut des langues arabes. J'ai étudié l'arabe, j'ai travaillé à la Sorbonne et aussi j'étais aussi au CNRS. Donc, j'ai pu faire mes recherches en Tunisie. J'ai passé 3 ans là-bas. La langue était extrêmement utile, bien sûr, dans les anciennes colonies. Et en plus de ça, j'ai pu faire les recherches pendant plusieurs mois à la ville au Mali et au Sénégal aussi, où c'était très utile d'avoir français aussi bien que l'arabe. Pour moi, en outre, quand même, c'est les amitiés que j'ai pu faire en France. Et ce sont les choses qui sont restées avec moi probablement le plus profond. J'ai passé pas mal de temps avec ma famille dans un endroit de Saint-Brice-en-Coblès qui se trouve en Bretagne. Et puis à l'autre sens complètement, la Ciotat, qui est dans le sud de la France. Donc ça donnait vraiment une vision très différente du pays. Ce que la France m'a apporté, qui était très important, c'était aussi une connaissance de ce qui voulait dire comment dirais-je, les restes, les séquelles de les guerres, aussi bien la colonisation et ce que ça a apporté, aussi les émigrés. Je travaillais beaucoup avec les émigrés de l'Afrique du Nord à Paris. Mais aussi, j'ai pu apprécier la culture de la cuisine, le vin, l'art et la littérature. Donc, je dirais à toutes les personnes d'immerser bien leur vie dans l'étudier de la langue française. C'est quelque chose d'extrêmement riche et aussi bien, ça permet de voyager beaucoup, d'étudier beaucoup, de comprendre la littérature, l'art, cinéma et tout. Et je m'arrête là pour dire bravo pour cette initiative.
Thank you, Kathleen. Thank you so much for giving us this introduction. I think, first of all, let me thank all of our guests to be here to celebrate this Francophonie Day. We are really, really honored and humbled with your presence for choosing this platform to celebrate this occasion. And I would like to thank all the students of Jindal University, your interest in this language and your excitement in holding this event along with our guest speaks a lot about your commitment to the language and how together we can really build a much better and peaceful world, I think, through language, which is the need of the hour. With that, I would like to request our guest to start the proceedings of the day. May I request Navriti to go on with the sequence that you have planned? Thank you all.
Merci beaucoup, professeur Catherine et professeur Bouba. Et on va continuer avec la présentation de M. Navriti et aussi de Mme. Oui, merci.
Bonjour à toutes et à tous. Je suis Marilyn Lédin, attachée de coopération pour l'Institut français en Inde. Et je suis très heureuse d'être aujourd'hui accompagnée de M. Mwepesi, qui est conseiller pour l'ambassade de la République du Rwanda à New Delhi, en Inde. Merci beaucoup à Open Jindal University d'avoir organisé cette réunion, cette rencontre en ligne aujourd'hui. Et si vous nous permettez de partager notre écran, nous allons procéder à la présentation.
Shubhamji, could you please give our guest speakers the presentation rights? Shubhamji.
It's still not active.
Shubhamji, if I'm audible to you, please.
Still not.
I'm just. Shubhamji and Parveshji, also if I'm audible to you, kindly give them the presentation rights, please, to our guest speakers.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, done.
Thank you. Ahmed Huda, yes.
Okay. Is my screen visible for everyone? Hopefully, yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Ok. Nous allons faire la présentation en français. J'espère que tout le monde va comprendre.
Pardon, si c'est possible, tous les deux, au français, ce sera mieux.
En français et en anglais. Ok, d'accord. Alors, aujourd'hui, nous sommes rassemblés pour célébrer la francophonie. Today, we are all together to celebrate francophonie. La question, c'est, mais c'est quoi la francophonie? What is francophonie about? La francophonie, donc, ce sont des hommes et des femmes qui partagent une même langue, qui est la langue française. Et aujourd'hui, on estime à plus de 300 millions de personnes qui parlent le français dans le monde. So francophonie is men and women who share one common language, French language, and all over the world, it's more than 300 million who can speak French. Mais où parle-t-on français dans le monde? So where are all those 300 million people who can speak French all over the world? Ils sont sur les 5 continents. La majorité, en réalité, se trouve en Afrique, avec 47,5% de locuteurs francophones. En Europe, le chiffre est mauvais, ils sont 45, et quelques %. So the majority of the French-speaking people are in Africa, with almost 50% of them are in Africa today. Then they are in Europe, and then to the United States and in the Caribbean islands. L'Organisation internationale de la francophonie, the International Organization of Francophonie, ce sont 88 États et gouvernements, donc 88 pays, qui se sont rassemblés pour promouvoir le français et mettre en œuvre une coopération éducative, économique et culturelle. So it's about 88 countries which gathered all together to promote education, economic growth, and cultural exchanges. Which countries, which are the symbols of the francophonie? Quels sont les symboles de la francophonie? Vous pouvez voir ce cercle qui représente 5 couleurs. Les 5 couleurs représentent les 5 continents. So this circle is the emblem, the logo of francophonie. And the 5 colors represent the 5 continents all over the world. And you can see that they are like one on each other. It's the symbol of the support of each country or continent to the other. La devise de la francophonie, c'est l'égalité, la complémentarité et la solidarité. Equality, complementarity and solidarity. L'Organisation internationale de la francophonie à presque 50 ans, à 48 ans exactement cette année, puisqu'elle a été créée le 20 mars 1970. So the International Organization of Francophonie was created on 20th of March 1970. So quelles sont les missions de la francophonie? La francophonie a pour mission de faire la promotion de la langue française, de la diversité culturelle et linguistique, de promouvoir la paix, la démocratie et les droits de l'homme. The main missions of Francophonie are promotion of French language, cultural diversity and linguistic diversity, to promote peace, democracy and human rights, d'appuyer l'éducation, la formation, l'enseignement supérieur et la recherche, to give support to education, et de développer la coopération économique au service du développement durable, to develop a sustainable economic cooperation. And then we'll now give the floor to Mr. Mwepesi.
Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, OP Jindal University, to have organized such a beautiful event in favor of la francophonie. And I would like to thank everyone who is here, participants, especially the students who are interested in learning the French language, because as we have seen, my predecessors have highlighted it. It is a language that promotes, that gives opportunity to its speakers. And here we address this invitation to the young people to love and learn the French language. Si je peux dire ça en peu de mots en français, je remercie tout le monde. Je remercie Marilyn, je remercie OP Jindal University d'avoir organisé cette conférence, cette réunion pour promouvoir la langue française. Vous voyez, il y a Madame Louise Mushikiwabo. She's Secretary General of la Francophonie. Marilyn has given me this opportunity to go ahead, to carry on, starting with the Secretary General, because she is from my country. Donc, Madame Louise, elle est rwandaise de nationalité. Elle a occupé plusieurs fonctions dans le pays. Notamment, elle fut ministre des Affaires étrangères pour la République du Rwanda avant d'accéder au poste de secrétaire général de l'OIF. She has been at the helm of high posts in Rwanda before becoming the Secretary General of la Francophonie. Her motto, her objective is to showcase the opportunities that the French language has, especially for the youth. Il faut décomplexer la langue française. Cela veut dire, la jeunesse, si vous voulez parler français tel que cela vous convient, petit à petit, vous deviendrez de bons locuteurs du français. Speak French. Don't feel any complex while speaking French, and you will have a good level of French speaking gradually. French is the fourth language that is used on internet, meaning French has its biggest space in the digital world. Le français est la quatrième langue utilisée sur Internet. Donc, c'est une langue d'ouverture sur le monde. On a 54 pays qui l'utilisent comme langue officielle. Bien sûr, Marilyn a parlé de 88 pays qui utilisent la langue française. 54, ils l'utilisent comme langue officielle. So you understand the space of the French language in the world is big, and having French beside any other language, English, Hindi, Spanish, Portuguese, Arabic, it is an added value. Next. In my country, we have 60% of the population who can speak French. C'est sur 12 millions d'habitants, plus de 12 millions, on a 725 000 locuteurs de langue française. Alors, cette année, la thématique de la francophonie, c'est la francophonie de l'avenir. If I may translate loosely in English, it's the francophonie of the future. When we talk of the future, we talk of the youth, we talk of young people, we talk of you, the students who are with us today. You will need much more French, as you will need English, as you will need Arabic, as you will need Chinese, as you will need Hindi and any other language to be able to navigate easily this world without difficulty in any communication. Donc, le français, avoir le français avec soi, c'est un atout pour tout ce qu'on fait, pour les affaires, pour la culture, pour le cinéma, pour la recherche. Le français est partout. In my country, we have 4 official languages. Our mother tongue, Kinyarwanda, English, and Kiswahili, that is mostly spoken in the eastern countries of Africa, what we call the East African countries, or majorly East African community. So, ouverture sur l'Afrique francophone et le monde, le français vous offre les opportunités pour cette ouverture. French will give you the opportunity to open up your world, to communicate wherever you go, all over the world. Marilyn has been talking about the 6 continents, or the 5 continents, sorry, where you can speak French. So having French with you, it's really something that will enable you to communicate easily in whatever you are doing. Business, digital, diplomacy, gender. So this will be very much helpful for you. Le français sera à votre côté quand vous êtes sur 5 continents. Évidemment, en Afrique, nous avons vu que la grande majorité des locuteurs du français sont sur ce continent. Donc, nos jeunes Indiens avec qui on est aujourd'hui, ils auront beaucoup plus de facilité à communiquer si ils peuvent facilement parler français. Bon, pas seulement facilement, ou s'ils peuvent du moins parler, comprendre, parler un peu, surtout en Afrique de l'Ouest. Et on a beaucoup de locuteurs du français en Afrique centrale et au Maghreb. Next.
Je crois que c'est la dernière.
C'est fini?
Oui, il n'y en avait qu'une.
Ah, voilà. Bon, voilà un peu de mots ou en gros, je vous remercie. C'est cela que j'ai pu mettre ensemble sur ce qui concerne l'utilisation, le contexte de la langue française dans mon pays, le Rwanda. Merci encore. Thank you again.
Merci, Monsieur Merci et Bahrain. Et si on a des questions, students, if you have any questions, you can please pose anything you would like to know about Francophonie. Any questions? So I would like to ask Marvin that, our students are not much aware about the Francophonie. I mean, they're more into French and French language. What were the basic readings to begin with? Like, if you could suggest some simple Francophone writers or, Francophone authors or some Francophone channels through which they could, apprise themselves in terms of, knowledge, and also améliorer leur français, which would also help them to learn the French and to broaden their horizon in terms of what is Francophone writers, etc.
Okay, so if you want to improve your French language skills, or if you want to discover about Francophonie, my best advice would be to connect yourself to one channel on TV, which is TV5 Monde. It's available online, and you will have access to many Francophone resources from many countries. Even better, you can go on TV5 Monde Plus. You will have access to movies, but not only TV programs, Francophone TV programs from France, but from other countries, and many documentaries from, let's say, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Morocco, or even Canada. With TV5 Monde, you will also have access to different exercises if you want to work on your lexical, on your grammatical skills, and how to communicate in French in a fun way. Second, if you want to listen to French language, or to learn about the Francophone countries, you can access online also to the radio, which is RFI, Radio France Internationale. And in the same way, you will get some exercises to improve your oral understanding skills, listening skills. Coming to Francophone authors, well, I think there is no end about that. I will tell you about a few Francophone. I won't speak about French authors because you know them, but Francophone authors, you have one of my favorites is Lebanese, and his name is Amin Malouf. You have some from Morocco, Algeria. From Algeria, Tar Benjeloun. From Morocco, Driss Shraibi. I guess he's Moroccan, if I don't mix up. And from West Africa, and I think he's Mauritanian or Malian, Amadou Ampateba. Ampateba. Senegalese, Léopold Ségar Senghor. Thank you. And maybe, Emile, you can help me for different authors.
I think those are the big ones. Maybe we can share the authors from various countries from Africa. Especially in my region, Central Africa, I will share the list of prominent authors because I think Marilyn will share with me your email address, and we will share the whole range of interesting authors in French in Africa.
But there is one artist who is very famous in France, and he's half French, half Rwandese. His name is Gaël Faye.
Gaël Faye.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also writing in French.
He's writing in French. He's a slam artist and a rap singer, very famous. And I would suggest you to listen to him because for me, he's a very good artist.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. Students, any other questions? Would you like to?
Maybe just a small observation, just to add on what Marilyn has been saying. Yeah, you asked where should one start in learning French so as to have it easy to start and understand and speak and talk. For me, my experience, I think what helped me to understand, to write, or to speak in grammar, I think you need to work a lot on your conjugation. Conjugation or conjugaison in French, because you will need to have how to master the use of the verbs in in your sentences, in the construction of sentences, and the different format of the verbs in their times. It's very much important to master that. The other thing is don't be shy in always trying to speak your French. Whatever you have learned, whatever you have listened on YouTube, any song, you can just try to repeat it. Try to speak, and don't be shy of making mistakes. It's that way every language is learned. There is no secret about French. It's almost like how you learn Hindi. It's almost like how you learn Kinyarwanda, how you learn English. You just perfect your language by making mistakes. Yes, and I think also you have left France 24.
Yes, I forgot France 24.
Yeah, they also have very good sessions in French, and it could help. That's it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mwepesi. In fact, it's been our students are sitting right in front of us, and this is a real highly valuable information. And students do tend to face a lot of problems when it comes to conjugations and pronunciations and the verbal part. If I can just please pose you a last question, une dernière question à Monsieur Mwepesi. C'était la place de la langue française pour les femmes du Rwanda. Par exemple, is it like an important tool as we have it in the countries like Algeria, Morocco, where it serves as an important tool for women to express themselves? Is it the same position the French plays? It occupies the same role for the women of Rwanda, or is it something different? Or like Algeria has a history, Morocco, so how does it go about for women writers in Rwanda?
I'm not sure if I got well the question, but did you mean how French is spoken?
An instrumental tool for women writers? If so, like we have it in Algeria, we have it in Morocco, it serves as a tool, an important tool for women writers. So does it have the same does it play an important tool for the women writers as well in Rwanda? Or is it like?
Oh, yes. In Rwanda, we have 4 official languages, I told you. But French, especially when we had our lady, Louise, when she was elected as Secretary General, there was a lot of efforts to enhance the use of French language, and there is normally what we call soirée littéraire ou café littéraire. Café littéraire, if I try to translate loosely in English, it's like literary café. It's a time that is given to the French authors, and who come along with their books and present to the audience the theme of the book, and the audience goes ahead and asks questions about the author's literary life. Of course, there has been a lot that has been written in French on the recent history of the genocide that occurred in Rwanda in 1994. Because Rwanda, it was a former protectorate of Belgium, and French was a lot used in the country. So much of the intelligentsia, they wrote in French, and we really have quite a number of books that were written in French, relating on that sad history. But of course, there are also now upcoming literary works that write on the French language teaching from the primary school, from nursery actually, up to the university. So as I told you, a lot of efforts are now being done today by the OEF to promote much more French language in the country. Yes.
So much. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, thank you. Navriti, can I just ask one question?
Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you, Ambassador, for your very insightful talk. You had mentioned that about 60% of the people in Rwanda speak French, right? So 60%. 60%. Okay. Now, is there any other language is it a second language or a foreign language, or what other languages do they speak? Do they speak French at home, or what is the other language which they speak at home? What are the other languages? So Swahili is the mother tongue, or is it French or Swahili, or how is it distributed? I mean, what is the...
No, Kiswahili is a language that is much used to the coast of East Africa,
Okay.
but which has a bigger presence in the business community. But of course, in countries like in neighboring countries like Tanzania, Kenya, it is much used. And Rwanda being a member of East African community, so we have opted to opt Kiswahili as one of the official languages because of the much needed communication between the population of the community of the East African region. The mother tongue in Rwanda is Kinyarwanda actually, yeah, which is spoken all over the country. So actually, that is one of the difficulties that teaching another foreign language in Rwanda would be for any foreign language teacher, because every Rwandan speaks Kinyarwanda.
Okay.
So it's not like in other countries when you have a multilingual scenario that you need English or French to unite or to have one comprehensive communication all over the country. So in Rwanda, it's different. That Kinyarwanda is spoken by all the population. So regarding the distribution percentage, I cannot tell right now, but English is being taught as education vehicle medium. French is, as I told you, Rwanda was a former Belgian protectorate. So the older population, they can understand French. They can speak French, of course, coupled with the new impetus that is being put into the youth education. We have a much bigger population that came back into the country after the 1994 genocide. We had many refugees that were distributed, who were in neighboring countries and European countries, who used French as a medium language, like DR Congo, former Zaire, they use French, in Burundi, and those who came from Europe, countries of Europe and Canada. So that population, they all have French as the language of use. At home, many use, of course, Kinyarwanda, but it will depend basically on which country you came from. Okay. Those who came from English-speaking countries like Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, sometimes, they will use generally English. But those who came, of course, with Kinyarwanda as main language, and those who came back from the countries using French, they will use Kinyarwanda and French at home. So it is half-half, if I may say, But the real statistics I may share again, I don't have right now. But what we can take right now is that Nyarwanda is mainly spoken, largely spoken in the country. And those learned people, they will speak French and others will speak English. But now the trend is to have both.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup, Monsieur Medepsi et Marlène. Mais maintenant, on a des étudiants. We have the students of GGU. About 7 students are going to do some small presentations, and we would like you to please be part of it. We begin with Rishika Sharma. Rishika? Yes. Elle va chanter une chanson. She would like to sing a song, La Rose, par Edith Piaf. Yes, Rishika.
Good evening. Am I audible? Okay, so I'll start. Quand me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur, une part de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit la journée pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens sur moi mon cœur qui bat. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup, Rishika. Ensuite, on a Kushi Sachdeva. Kushi? Kushi, tu es là? Are you there? Kushi?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there. Just give me a second.
Sure.
Am I audible, Professor?
All right. Elle va partager ses expériences d'apprendre la langue française. She would like to share her experiences of the journey of learning French. Please go ahead.
Bon après-midi à tous. Mon voyage de l'apprentissage de la langue française a commencé quand j'étais à l'école primaire et je le trouvais intéressant, j'ai progressivement amélioré mon français. Donc, j'ai continué à l'apprendre jusqu'au lycée. Je pratiquais aussi le français et écoutais de la musique française ou regardais la film français. Et plus c'est la culture française et la plaie qui mettront la plus. Plusieurs gens parlent cette langue et cela vous offre des bonnes opportunités d'étudier à l'étranger, le français et la langue internationale, de la cuisine, de la mode, du théâtre, des arts visuels, de la danse et de l'architecture. La connaissance de cette langue offre aux grandes ouvrières de la littérature de Victor Hugo, Edith Piaf, Jean-Paul Sartre, Alain Delon, and Zinedine Zidane. My journey towards learning the French language started when I was in primary school, and I found it very interesting, and gradually I learned it till my high school. Outside the class, I practiced the French language by listening to French music or through books or majorly by watching French movies. Besides the language, it was the French culture and the country which fascinated me. And moreover, this language is spoken by many people across the globe. And it majorly gives you good opportunities for studying abroad or for when you are traveling or for job purposes. And French is the international language of cooking, fashion, theater, visual arts, dance, and architecture. A knowledge of French offers access to great works of literature by Victor Hugo, Edith Piaf, and Jean-Paul Sartre and Alain Delon. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Khushi. En fait, on a Ritwik. Ritwik, tu es là? Ritwik Gori?
Oui, madame.
Yes.
Oui, madame.
Il va partager ses expériences d'apprendre la langue française. Oui, Ritwik, please.
Bonsoir à tous. Je m'appelle Ritwik Gavri et je suis ici pour réciter la poème L'éternité, écrite par Arthur Rimbaud. L'éternité. Quoi? Elle est retrouvée. Quoi? L'éternité. C'est la mer allée, avec la solide. Amers sentinelles, murmurant la voix. De la nuit si nulle, et du jour en faux. Des humains suffrages, des communes selon. La tour te dégage et vole selon. Pourquoi de vous seul, brisé de Satan? La devoir s'exhale, sans quoi disent enfants. La part d'espérance, nul auditeur. Science avec patience, la supplice est sûre. Elle est retrouvée. Quoi? L'éternité. C'est la mer allée avec la solide. So this poem is an abstract poem in which the poet Arthur Rimbaud uses a lot of words to describe what eternity feels like. So the beauty of this poem is that the words which it uses, you can choose to either read it simply, or you can dive deeper into the wordplay and choose to frame your own meanings for the poem. So that is the beauty. So the poet compares eternity to the sun, the reflection of the sun settling in the sea. Then the poet says that the sentinel soul, he wants to whisper something into its ear, and it passes on to the moving night. And then he says that, knowledge and patience, it's a combination that torments a person, because a person knows about eternity, what is reality is, but still they choose to believe something else. And now I would like to describe my experience in learning the French language and the French culture. So maintenant, je voudrais partager mon expérience d'apprentissage du français. Mon expérience avec le français est très incroyable. J'apprends le français depuis la classe de 6e. Grâce à cette langue, j'ai pu découvrir une langue complètement nouvelle, de nouvelles personnes et de nouvelles cuisines que je n'aurais jamais pu imaginer. Donc, les milieux de ma vie scolaire et découvrant la langue française. J'ai m'a donné la chance de revivre mes années d'école et me permettant d'apprendre à nouveau la langue française. Et je leur en suis reconnaissant. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Ritwik. Et on a Niti. Niti, tu es là, Niti?
Hey, madam. Can I share my screen, please?
Yeah, I don't think let me see if I can give you
You have the right to share your screen.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Shubhamji.
Okay, so bonjour everybody, je m'appelle Niti, and today I'm going to be reciting a poem in French. The name of the poem is A Célimène by Alphonse Daudet. The word Célimène means heavenly strength. So this is a sad poem about love and how you require heavenly strength to get over someone or to just be away from the person that you love. So on your left is the French poem and on the right is the English translation. Okay. À Célimène par Alphonse Daudet. Je ne vous aime pas, c'est dit, je vous déteste. Je vous crains comme on craint le fer de peau du feu. Comme on craint le typhus, le choléra, la peste. Je vous hais à la mort, madame. Mais mon Dieu, expliquez-moi pourquoi je pleure quand je reste 2 jours sans vous parler et sans vous voir encore. Merci.
Merci, c'était bien lire. Merci. Merci. Ensuite, on a Divyashri. Divyashri et ça c'est Just Kiran. Le poème? Okay, would you like to?
Bonjour, je m'appelle Divyashri.
Je m'appelle Jaskirat.
So the poem we're reciting today is L'air exquise by Paul Valère. So, L'air exquise, la lune blanche, louis dans le bois, de chaque branche, pâture voir. Sur le rami, au bien amer.
Le temps reflète, profond miroir, les silhouettes du sol noir, où le vent pleure, le vent s'éleure. On va entendre apaisement, semble descendre du firmament, qu'elle irise cette lueur exquise. Merci.
Très bien, merci. Et we have 2 more students. Uttara, tu es là?
Oui, professeur.
Yes, Uttara would like to sing.
Bonsoir tout le monde.
La vie en rose. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Bonsoir tout le monde. So yeah. Des yeux qui font baisser les miens, Marie qui s'appelle sur sa bouche, voilà l'apôtre sans retour. De la magie, j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il a dit des mots d'amour, de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur, mais pas de bonheur dont je connais la cause. C'est lui pour moi, pour lui dans la vie. Il m'a dit, la jurer pour la vie. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors j'ai son ombre, coquille. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Uttara. Maintenant, on a la dernière chanson de Last Song by Divyashri, Je ne regrette rien de Edith P.S. Come, Divyashri. What's that? Come,
Non, rien de rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. Ni le bien qu'on me fait, ni le mal, tout ça m'est bien égal. Non, rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. C'est payé, balayé, oublié. Je m'en fous du passé avec mes souvenirs. J'ai allumé le feu, mes chagrins, mes plaisirs. Je n'ai plus revu. Balayer les amours, et tout le tremolo, balayer pour toujours. Je n'ai pas rasé. non re non jalegretarie nire bien come fe nire mal tu sai bien non renderien non jalegretarie car Marie car joie aujourd'hui ça commence avec toi.
Merci beaucoup, Divyashri. Oui, donc on a finished with the presentations, and in the end, I would like Professor Kathleen and Professor Gopal to please say a few words. And from my side, thank you so much to Mr. Mevipsi and Madame Marlene for giving us a very good and very enriching presentation to our students. They've really become aware about what is Francophonie, the importance of the French language globally, the Francophone writers. As you'll be sharing the list, I'll pass them on, and I'm sure they really look forward to read the writers. Thank you so much. Over to you, Professor Kathleen and Professor Gopal, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think Professor Kathleen had to leave because of some other engagements. I would like to thank everyone, especially our guest Marlene and the ambassador, for coming to our platform and kind of giving inspiration to our students. And most of all, my thanks to all the enthusiastic students who have really shown their interest, and not only in learning French, but in enjoying French culture and appreciating it and presenting it to all of us. So all the best for your future, and hope you make us proud as always. Thank you all for a lovely evening. And thank you, Navriti, for your excitement, for your energy, for your enthusiasm in bringing all this together. I think without a teacher like you, students wouldn't be enjoying learning French so much. So we owe a lot to you. And thank you, our guests, again. We hope to see you again and again. Of course, Marlene has been here before with us also, and we look forward to our association with you, Marlene. And Ambassador, it was really great knowing about your country. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thank you so much, ma'am. Your words mean a lot. Thank you so much once again, Marlene and Monsieur Mevipsi. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the students for your enthusiasm and participation.
Merci à vous. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Au revoir.
Shubham, please discontinue the live streaming.